Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Geri Puleo, and I'm the creator of the Burnout During Organizational Change model, or BDOC. And as a subject matter expert in workplace burnout, I often get asked, are burnout and apathy related? A lot of times this can also be phrased as, are burnout and disengagement related? Well, based on my research that culminated in the Burnout During Organizational Change, or BDOC model, what I found is that feelings of apathy constitute the phase right before a full-blown burnout. So burnout and apathy are definitely related. Now, in my BDOC model, what I found is that most people start out with high feelings of hope, which then, based on personality traits and certain organizational stressors, descend into frustration. The frustration then gets so severe that they feel angry and rageful. But then, as kind of a self-protective device, after the anger, they feel apathetic. There's a sense of utter futility. What's the use? Why should I even bother? I don't care anymore. And that apathy is before the even lower feeling of a complete burnout, which affects you emotionally, psychologically, mentally, yes, and physically. And based on my research into gender differences in burnout, I found that many people who experience a full-blown burnout also feel bereft spiritually. In other words, they're a shell of themselves. In fact, Henry Freudenberger, who is the Freudian psychoanalyst who first identified the burnout phenomenon, said that he used the term burnout to explain the feelings that his patients were displaying to him. They were shells. Like, have you ever seen a burned out building where only the walls are up but everything inside is dead? That's what burnout is. And to people who have experienced burnout, that is exactly what they feel like. Now, the apathy can be very frustrating because, based on my research, what I found is many people before they burned out felt that they were driven. They loved challenges. They loved solving problems. They were happy. They were fun-loving. They had a better sense of a work-life balance. But when they burned out, all that just disappeared. And they started questioning their actual existence. They're apathetic. They don't care, and they feel that their life and anything that they do is an exercise in futility. Now, when you're that apathetic, this is a lot of times when the gut-wrenching exhaustion and fatigue starts setting in. The exhaustion of burnout is not something that you can sleep off or go take a vacation for a week or two and you'll come back feeling great. It doesn't work that way, because the exhaustion of burnout is not just physical. It is emotional, it is psychological, and yes, it's even spiritual. So when you become apathetic, that's when the exhaustion hits. You don't want to move. And if you're feeling like that, and if it was preceded with feelings of frustration and anger, then I would say that, yes, that is probably an indication that you are well on your way to burnout, if not already burned out. If you are feeling like that, you need to step back and start taking stock of what is really going on. Question your assumptions and surround yourself with people who are supportive. A support network is absolutely critical in avoiding burnout. You need to surround yourself with people who genuinely care about you and who believe in you, the ones who are going to be by your side when things get rough. This can often help you realize that, yes, you have opportunities, and yes, you have talents and skills and abilities, and you have knowledge to share. And you may realize that maybe it's time to change your jobs, or maybe it's time to even change careers. But if you feel apathetic, that's no way to live. In fact, it's a horrible way to live. So I would suggest that if you are feeling apathetic and you had experienced periods of frustration and anger prior to that apathy, and they're all kind of directed in that same stressor that was the trigger for you, then you need to recognize that you might be burning out. And there are things that you can do. You might exercise, you might try meditation, you might try support groups, you might try something as simple as doing the things you used to love to do. It kind of kicks back your memory and that muscle memory in terms of this is what makes me happy. Because once you can begin to feel happiness, then you can start moving out of apathy. Now, if you're a manager and you're seeing an employee who is totally disengaged, who is no longer participating in meetings when before they were very active, you need to realize that they are probably burning out. So it's time to help them. Check out what their workload is. Check out what their career aspirations are and determine whether or not you can provide help in those directions so that they can do the things that they want to do. I hope this helps. And please, by all means, put comments below so that we can continue the conversation. Good luck.